first thing you need to do is be safe. Disconnect the appliance or turn off the breaker to avoid electric shock. Hello guys, welcome to DIY Repair Now. Today we're going to be working on a Whirlpool dishwasher and the model number it's on the display. And the problem that we have with this dishwasher is that it's leaking water. As you see right now in this footage, the water is sliding down and it looks like it's coming from the vent. This vent is the one who lets the steam out when it's on the dry setting. We're going to remove the bottom panel, and now we're going to use the T-drive screws to remove all the screws around this inside panel. After we remove the screws, we're going to go ahead and remove this vent. It just clips out, and as you see, it's a lot of gunk, a lot of soap in there, and all that soap in there and some of the gaskets and seals are not doing the job well, and it's just letting water go through those gaps, and it's water sliding all the way down, and that's the reason why it's leaking. This part, you just tilt it down and it will come right off. As you see, that little vent came right off. Now you can replace this piece. I'm going to go ahead and put a link on the description. You see the water when it was sliding down, so you can tell that it's a track. It's still water in here, and it's a track where the water is been getting all the way to the bottom into the insulation. Now, like I was saying, you can replace this piece, but in this case, this piece was backorder, and in some places it was discontinued. So what I'm going to do is all the things that are not doing the job right, like this piece of insulation. This is a piece of insulation that has some kind of adhesive on one side, and then it's just stick in that area. So I done this job before, and the best thing to do if this part is discontinued or it's in back order, it's going to take too long for it to get here, is go ahead and put silicone all over those gaps where the water is getting in, and you're gonna see how I do it with this tube of silicone. This is not a special silicone. This, you can get it at Home Depot. I'm gonna go ahead and put a link on the description of this video. You might can get it on Amazon as well. And this is clear silicone. Try not to get silicone, white silicone or anything like that, because it will take 2 or 3 times more for it to dry. And as you see in this footage, I'm replacing everything. I even put in silicone on the bottom of this piece. Of course, I cleaned everything because it was soap and it was a lot of gunk around all this, so I cleaned it up. I washed it. That way the silicone grabs pretty good. As you see, the silicone works even better because you can put it in some of those gaps where it was not even sealing before. I'm sorry for this footage. My camera was kind of tilted, but I try to get much as I can in the frame. Now, while it's in place, just make sure everything is sealed, and then if you see a little gap from the inside area, just go ahead and apply some silicone, and this will permanently seal all those gaps. To do a better job, just go ahead and squeeze it with your finger. That way it seals even better. Now just clean everything, all the soap that is around there, or any residual from the silicone tube, and all the water that is around the area. Now go ahead and put this piece of vent back in place. It just clips in. And this part is your option. This piece of gasket is still good, but just to be on the safe side, this is kind of old dishwasher. We don't know when it's gonna next time somebody's gonna do maintenance to it, and the silicone, it doesn't really stick to the glue, it just seals around. So if somebody wants to remove this panel, the silicone is not gonna go ahead and permanently glue in place. So the silicone is just to eliminate any possibilities that the gasket is not doing the job, just as a precaution. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put this panel back in place and make sure everything is clean where the gasket is gonna seal. Make sure you put this cover for the soap dispenser in place and set the panel back in the housing, and go ahead and reinstall all your screws. Remember I mentioned, I think this screws is like a little star, and they call it a T drive screws for some reason. I'm gonna go ahead and forward up this video. That way it's not boring, and you guys already know how to put all the screws back where they belong. And at this point, we pretty much done. Just checking if everything is fine. There's always going to be a little bit of residue of water around, but that doesn't mean it's leaking. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, and while we're testing it, we are going to go ahead and put our bottom panel. Remember, the same way we remove it, the same way we're going to go ahead and install our bottom panel back in place. Again, at this point, we pretty much If this video helped you in any way, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for future videos. Thanks for watching.